Hi, the purpose of this video is to walk you through the process of setting up a booking link in your AppointmentCore account. Now, originally, during your onboarding process, your Sherpa did some initial setup for you with AppointmentCore, but if you are starting off brand new, you'll want to refer to this document and walk through the steps to connect AppointmentCore with Infusionsoft and also with your calendar. So the first few pages give you instructions on how to do that with some screenshots. So that's the first thing. We want to make sure that your AppointmentCore account is connected to Infusionsoft and also to your calendar. So you can refer to this document when doing that. And now we'll go ahead and walk through how to set up your booking link. Okay, so when we're ready to create a booking link, you'll click here on the Booking Links tab. And you can see a list of the booking links that are already created for you. And then to create a new one, we'll just click here on this green button to create a new booking link. And then we'll go ahead and get started with just some basic information. You can copy settings from a different event that you have. But let's just go ahead and start from scratch. So for this example, I'll create a 15-minute booking link for a call with me. Now, this is something that your contacts will see when they're booking with you. So you want to keep that in mind as you name this. So let's do... Okay, and then you can also add in the description here. Also be aware that people will be able to see this description as well. And then you're able to put in some information such as meeting instructions. So do you want to just enter an address? Do you want to request a phone number from them so you can give them a call? What I usually do is I'll just include my Zoom meeting link here so people know that they can click on that link and that's where they can join me for the call. So once you are done with that, we'll go ahead and continue to the next step. And we have some options that we can configure. So let's take a look at what these options are. So we can indicate here how long the appointment slot should be from start to finish. So this is a 15-minute call, so I'm going to select that. And then generally what I do is I add a buffer. So I want to make sure, so if I'm doing a 15-minute call, I at least need a few minutes in between calls to wrap up the first one and get ready for the second. So I can put in a buffer here. Before the event. Actually, I usually do it right after. Okay, so you can add in that buffer and then click Save. The next option here is the meeting must be booked a specified time in advance. So you can always click here on the question mark to get more information about each of these options, but I'm going to go ahead and select yes and require that I at least have one day. I don't like to have same-day bookings, just kind of throws off my schedule. You might want to have a couple of days if you've got more planning to do prior to that meeting. Then we can also limit how far in advance someone can book with you. So this says 24 days. Let's say, I don't really want them booking out after 10 days from now. I want to get them, get that call scheduled as soon as possible. If we're waiting a month, then they could fall off. So just think about how far in advance you want them to be able to book. There's also this feature that to make you look busy. So if you have a lot of time slots available, like a 15-minute time slot, if I don't have anything else scheduled on a specific day of the week, it might show up that I've got a lot of availability, and maybe you don't want your those contacts who are scheduling with you to see that you've got this really full and open schedule. So if you select this option, you could say, don't display more than 5 slots per day. It'll randomly select those time slots for you, just if you'd like to make yourself look busy. Allow to reschedule or cancel. You could select yes on that. And that way, if you're sending out the confirmations and reminders from AppointmentCore, they could go ahead and reschedule by themselves. Now, when we set up booking links for you for your sales pipeline campaign, such as a free network assessment, all of our reminders are actually coming out of Infusionsoft, and we would want them to reschedule with you. So in that case, we wouldn't want to check this box. If you have questions about that, you can reach out to your Sherpa, or you can email our help desk, and we can help you strategize on that. Our help desk is Infusionsoft at Technology Marketing Toolkit. We're happy to help you at any time. There's also an option here for a number of attendees per slot. I normally keep that at 1. I don't want other, multiple people booking for that time slot. Okay, and now looking at availability. So this is the specific availability for this booking link. So you might have multiple booking links, and maybe you're doing your free network assessments on specific days of the week. Maybe you do those on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but these other calls, you just want to be doing them on Mondays and Tuesdays. So you can specify your availability for this specific booking link using this calendar here. So if I just want to be doing these calls on Mondays and Tuesdays and Fridays, and maybe just Friday morning, I can set that availability. So work on setting up your availability there, and then we'll continue to the next step. Okay, so gathering information, I keep this as a new contact that we're going to have them fill out this form. So you're also going to be checking the boxes here for the fields that you want the contact to fill out while they're booking with you. And just note that the more you're asking them to fill out, the less likely they are to actually finish. So only ask for what you need. Okay, maybe you want to get their company name as well. So you could check that here as well. But just keep that in mind. If you're asking for 10 things, that's a lot for them to fill out. Just keep it short and simple, just the information you need. And AppointmentCore requires first name and email address. So those are required, but then you can select the additionals. All right. Also on this page, I'd like to address some of the trigger automation. Now, just setting up a 15-minute call with me, I'm not connecting this with any Infusionsoft campaign, so Infusionsoft doesn't need to be alerted that I've scheduled or I've booked this appointment. So I don't need to trigger any automation, but I do want you to know that in some cases, such as the free network assessment or booking the 2 free hours, we do want to tell Infusionsoft that that consult, that appointment was booked, so we can stop some of that other marketing automation. We don't need to keep sending them emails asking them to schedule the appointment if they've already scheduled. So what we would want to do is tell Infusionsoft. So what we'll do, let's move here through the trigger automation. Okay, so in the case of just a 15-minute booking call, I would want my email confirmations coming from AppointmentCore. But if I'm tying this in with our sales pipeline campaign, I'm going to turn off those automatic email confirmations because those emails are going to be coming from Infusionsoft instead. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and check here that I understand. This is going to turn off emails to customers. This one I'd like to leave unchecked because I want to be alerted by email when somebody books. So this one I suggest you keep unchecked in that case. Okay, so let's scroll down here a little bit more. So what we do in Infusionsoft is, or what we want to do in AppointmentCore is is apply a tag for that campaign to tell Infusionsoft that the appointment was booked. In the example of the free network assessment, I would look for that tag, and we do have documentation in our campaign instructions, or your Sherpa's already done this for you. But I would select the category, going to be a system category. And I'm going to do, now mine is connected to a different app, so I'm not going to find that specific tag. So there will be a tag, there will be a system tag that will alert Infusionsoft that your consult was scheduled. So you would want to select that tag. And then in your campaign launch instructions, you can find what that tag is, or if you have any questions, please reach out to our help desk and we can get you the name of that tag. Then we come down here to additional or advanced Infusionsoft options, and I'm going to skip over canceling or rescheduling, but I do want to let Infusionsoft know this appointment information. That way I can insert the date and the time of that consult into those emails that are coming out of Infusionsoft. So I'll check yes here. I'm just going to go ahead and agree to that information. And what I would do is select the field. So what is the name of the field for the appointment date? I would select it from here, consult date, and then I want to insert the appointment time. And then I check the box here. We only need the start time. I don't need to know when that appointment's going to end. And then I can go ahead and pick that consult time field. Refer to your campaign launch instructions to know exactly which fields you should be mapping here. Again, if this booking link is not integrated with an Infusionsoft campaign, I don't need to do any of this, starting with finding the tag and mapping the fields. But when I'm ready, I'm going to go ahead, when I've finished with those settings, I'm going to continue to the next step. And now we're on the publishing section here. So this is going to be your booking link. So this is a link that you could put at the bottom, at the bottom of your email and your signature. You can share this with people so that they can book with you. We also use this booking link in some of our Infusionsoft campaigns. So this is where you would copy it to your clipboard. Always make sure, copy it, and then check it out. Make sure that everything is displaying correctly, that your availability is showing, that you actually see the calendar, and that you see time slots. Okay, so everything is looking good here. Sometimes it'll have a little message saying that there is no availability. You want to go back and go through your settings again, make sure that they can actually book with you. Another option here is to embed the widget on your website. So if you want this calendar widget actually embedded so they wouldn't have to click on a link, you can get the code here. Just click on this arrow. And this is the link here, the code that you will give to your web developer. I don't know why it's highlighting it. There we go. Just copy that to your clipboard and you can send that code to your web developer so that it will embed the widget right on your website page. So those are the steps for setting up your booking link in AppointmentCore. And again, if you have questions about how this might integrate with an Infusionsoft campaign, you're not quite sure, email our help desk at Infusionsoft at Technology Marketing Toolkit, or give us a call and we're happy to help.